Oh, hello. Hi there. I don't know if my live is going or not. Let me just check. Oh, there it is. But, mute that. Okay, the stream's running a little bit behind, but I think that might just be the software I'm using. So, Universal Great Britain. I've decided to do a live for this video. I'll probably chop it up and repost it later on. Hang on, let me go get central. There you go. But I'm just going to go through, starting off with the news about Universal, and then, I'm terribly unprepared for today. I only decided yesterday to do a live. I was going to make a video of this. Then I thought, oh no, I'll just do it live, seeing as I've just got my 2,000 subscriber down there. 2,000 subscribers. Let me say that again properly. 2,000 subscribers. I thought, go for it. Just do something a bit different. That's this way. Anyone coming in can have a chat, can ask questions, and we can go through anything Universal Great Britain related. So let's jump in. If anyone is in chat, say hi. Let me know you're there. I don't know. I can't see anything unless I go onto my YouTube. But yeah, I think. What am I going to start with? Obviously, Universal Great Britain, we've got the lovely artwork here. I've left it nice and blank because I think later on we'll fill it in. Maybe if people are in chat, we can put in some ideas of theirs, see how it goes. But before we go into speculation, let's get into some news. I haven't got all fun graphics and things. If I do this in the future, I'm going to plan it properly and have some nice fun graphics and stuff. I don't know. I've just got my dinner here. I finished work about an hour and a half ago, and I got some dinner in. So my dinner has just arrived. Got some chips, fish and chips. My chips are getting cold. But Universal Great Britain. Where should we start? Oh, excuse me. Oh, drank that too quick. Oh. We should start. Let me see if I can pull up. I'm using this studio thing here, so I can pull up some graphics and things, and I can move things around like this. We can do some fun stuff. There's nothing in there. I can't do that one. We can do that one down there. We do this sort of fun stuff. But I also wanted it. Yo, shout out Tracy over here. And let's pull up something. Actually, we'll pop this over here first. Pop me back. Let me see. I just tried to pull it up a second ago and I couldn't do it. So hang on. Oh, bollocks. What's happened now? My screen's gone blank. What's happened? Let me guess. Oh, that's all right. Okay. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. I'm going to keep that on. Keep that on. I'm going to get rid of that. Get rid of that. I'm just tidying up my my desktop. Told you I'm unprepared for this. But I just thought we'll have a little bit of fun. Where are we? Let's get straight into it. I'm going to try and pull up this bit of news we're going to start with. Excuse me while I'm trying to work out this studio, because I've never used it before. I thought I'd give it a go. We'll see if I can presentation upload. Shall we start off with this? Open. Uploading. Okay. So we've got ourselves a bit of can you see that on top? Universal project. There we go. That's what I want to look at. Media fact sheet. So we're going to start off. I did write a little list of my talking points. Hang on. Yeah, we're going to start off talking about construction and when it's all happening. So let's start off with that, shall we? So we've got, I'm sure you've all heard these things before, but I want to run over the news, the facts, before we get into any speculation. We'll just get into the facts. So 50 billion to the UK. That's pretty good. I think it was like 30 billion or something they were saying is going towards taxes. Um, 20,000 jobs for construction, 80,000 jobs, which will be in the local area. They're saying Bedford, Luton, Milton Keynes area. So I'll probably be moving down there in 5 years' time. Oh, yeah, there it is. Approximately 80% comes from Bedfordshire and the surrounding areas. So if you want a job there, I suggest you move to maybe not necessarily Bedford. It's going to get quite busy. But there's some really nice places in the area. Cambridge is quite near. All sorts. I wouldn't go down to Luton, though. Don't bother with that. So what we got? So that's our little fact sheet we've got. So when's it going to start? We are starting. Construction starts next year, apparently. I wouldn't hold everything they say as completely accurate, but they're pretty good at doing these things now. I know how to open a new park, and I think they have a pretty good idea of how long things take. So yeah, I think you should expect anything that Universal say as it's pretty much going to happen the way they say it's going to happen. Opening on 2031 seems like a long way away. Of course it does. 6 years away, but it won't be that long at all. Once these machinery starts rolling in, I'd expect to see machinery starting rolling in maybe towards the end of the year. I don't know. I guess they're using UK machinery. It's not like they have Universal machinery and they'll bring it over from America. They'll be using local contractors and things like that. So it's not like they're going to have to get everything in from America or something like that. So there'll be a couple of weeks of machinery rolling in and all sorts going on. But once that starts happening, let me eat my chip. once that starts happening, we'll start to see progress happening, and we can start following whatever's going on. Because as much as we want to know exactly what's going into this park, what lands, what IPs, what rides, I don't think we're going to know for sure. I believe for Epic, they released bits and pieces along the way, so you would they told 2031, yeah, May 2031. Yeah, I would say that's pretty good bet. Even if they're not ready for May, well, they will be. They'll be ready, but yeah, I think so. I think May would be. I think pretty much similar to the Epic opening time. Hopefully, we'll get the pass holders preview, a month of previews. But yeah, going back to Ben saying, the IPs, when will they be confirmed? I think it's going to be gradual. They'll probably release something like, "Oh, we're doing Jurassic World," and might give us, in-depth concept art of the different rides, more details of the area. So I think you might get bits and pieces here and there. A Jurassic World might be announced maybe a year down the line, 6 months after that. It might be Minions, but it's obvious to see Universal loves to. Let me get rid of this picture, by the way. I don't know how to change it. Image. I'm going to forget what I was saying now. Oh yeah. I thought that was going to change it. There it goes. Yeah, so Universal loves to keep the hype going. That's what I'm trying to say. We saw, even with Epic opening, well, it's not even open yet. It feels like it's open, doesn't it? We've seen so much of it. But with Epic opening to the friends and family first, and then almost a week after that did we get our big announcement? They wanted to keep that hype going. The hype was right up there for Epic, and then they came straight in with the Universal Great Britain, and that was fantastic because it shows that they're really keen to keep that hype going. We've now got the opening coming of Epic Universe, and we're all eagerly looking to see how that's gonna change things, because it's been very quiet in the park. Who has been watching all the Epic Universe stuff? I know a lot of the Brits are going over now. They've thought, "Oh, I'm going to get myself a pass." What do they call it? A season pass ticket? Season? I don't know. Whatever they call it. And they've gone over and quickly got in. We've still got what? 3 weeks until it opens. If you want to go to Epic Universe and it's dead quiet, go now. Go right now. Get your pass. Get your I don't know if they're even on sale. I must be, mustn't they? Sean's been over there, hasn't he, from Theme Park Worldwide? He's there now doing it. Who else? I've seen quite a few Brits over there. Pleasure Beach Experience is over there. They're all gone to do this pass holders preview for a month. A month of pass holder preview. That is crazy. Merlin gave us one day at Thorpe Park. And that wasn't for everyone. I couldn't get a ticket. They sold out before I got one. I tried both days and they sold out. So 1 month, yeah, you can see why, because they're getting rides going. It's a soft opening. You can't. It's so you can go. Some things are closed, some things are open, and you can't whinge about it. Great. God, if only Alton Towers did that on opening day, huh? But yeah, I think they will be releasing bits and pieces as they go. When the hype goes down a little bit, they'll probably release a bit more information and a bit more information. They already know we know most of it. They just got to confirm it, really, or else we're sitting there going, well, it might not be a Back to the Future roller coaster. Well, it is. It's obvious. It is. Annual pass. Yes, that's the one. That's what was on the tip of my tongue. Now, yeah, technical preview. A soft opening. But it's so some things are open, some things aren't. But there's no queues, are there? What, 5-minute queues everywhere? How they've managed to keep numbers down? They can't be capping it that low, can they? For pass holders, there must be so few pass holders that it doesn't matter. I don't know. Has anyone heard? Are they capping it? Are they capping the numbers? Because it's so quiet in there at the minute. But what I'm trying to get at is when they do open, it's going to be so busy in there. I dread to see what the queues are going to be like. But yeah. And then next, of course, it's not Universal Great Britain next for Universal. We have in August, they're opening the horror, what were they called? Horror Unleashed, is it? Hello, Universal Unleashed. It's the maze, 4 mazes in one building, permanent in Las Vegas. They're doing that. If you hadn't heard of it, it's really interesting project. Something I want to really keep a close eye on because I believe if this goes well in Las Vegas, and I probably will, it's Vegas, people go there for shows and things. But if this goes well, if it makes money, then I can see this coming to every single city walk around the world. This will be a game changer for the scares. So that's what? How many months? 3 months? 4 months? It's not long away. So there's that hype coming as well. So in between Epic opening, we have Universal Unleashed opening. I'm going to have to check the name for that. Let's just, I know it's Unleashed something, whether it's Universal Horror Unleashed or something. I don't know. I should look it up, but I'm not going to. So lots going on. And once that's open, a year after that, next year, they're opening the Universal Kids in Texas, a kids theme park, the first kids Universal theme park. And it's obviously not solely for kids, but it's based around children's IPs. So it'll be a family thing, but mainly going for the kids. Why are they doing kids? It seems so it seems such a thing not worth doing. Why do a kids park? They're really going for it. The theming is as good as any other park. You're just not getting these big, huge roller coasters and things. So there's that to come in a year. This hype's still going. I reckon in between that this August coming, and the opening of Kids is where we're going to get our first confirmation. I would expect to get I would hope to get the name before the end of the year. Please give us a name. I would love to know a confirmation of what it's going to be. I think it's Universal Studios Great Britain, even though their website says Universal UK Project. Excuse me. I don't think it's going to be Universal UK, although the Americans seem to be calling it Universal UK. I think we call it Universal UK over here until they released this concept art. And what was I saying? Sorry, I was reading your comments. I'm going to move on to the comments because I was probably rambling anyway. Let's have a look. See, I can pop up your comment. Horror Unleashed is coming on nicely. We were there a week or so. Oh, you're in, oh yes, in Vegas. Very nice. Yeah. One good thing about having everything indoors for Horror Unleashed. There you go. We've got the proper name there. It's all indoors, so they can keep everything secret. There's no like Ben saying, they're giving strong hints. There's no strong hints of IPs. Let's move over to Ben. Don't know why they're giving hints of IPs. Well, let's talk about that, shall we? They've always given out concept art. They release the statement and they give out the concept art. And the concept art is I don't want to say identical, extremely similar to the finished product. And that's why everyone's going round and looking at every single thing. When I first saw the concept art, I thought, this is probably just a bit of artwork. It could be anything after this. But no, this is what they want. And why are they showing these IPs? Well, they're not showing the IPs. It's because we are so good at guessing stuff. There's stuff there that's obvious. You can't come up with a concept art and hide the Minions area that looks almost identical to the Minions area in Beijing. You can't hide that. But they have tried to hide the IPs. They've let's go into some Zoom, shall we? Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to add a screen share and look at this. Okay, so you should be able to see my lovely, lovely Canva. Should we get rid of that? Oh, it's on. If I can zoom in on this then. Well, I'll tell you what would be better if I did this one. Stop sharing. Let's go back. Oh, hello. It's me again. Share screen. Oh, it's not there. Oh, that's a shame. Window. There we go. That's the one. That's the one I wanted to find. Because I can get some really nice zooms in here. So we're talking about why are they not hiding the IPs? Well, they are hiding it. They just didn't think we'd be so good at working out what things are. Let's take this, for instance. What everyone, I think, now is understands that this is Back to the Future. They did hide it. They took away the clock tower so you wouldn't know this was Back to the Future. And I suppose for the general person, the average Joe on the street who looks at this concept art, it's just a big roller coaster. And they don't really look into it. They're not looking into what these... Are you seeing my cursor? I don't know. Let me have a look. Hang on. What's going on here? I think you can see my cursor. Yeah, you can see my cursor. Where are we? Where was I going? Yeah, there I am. Yeah, so if these bits of theming here, if they weren't there, I would still be convinced that it was Back to the Future. But this has put the cherry on the cake. these little details here, they are in Back to the Future. You can look at the images, they are there. And so although they're not telling you what it is, they have hidden the IP. Same as, where are we? Just along here. I've seen a sharper image that you can see across here. It's where they've blurred out the where the Jurassic Park entrance will be. So here will be the Jurassic Park entrance, and they've taken that away. You can see, this is a terrible image, unfortunately. But yep, this is where it'll be. The Jurassic World sign. And I think there's probably going to be one over here as well. I'm not sure though. Is there going to be a coaster going over the sign, do you think? But you could definitely tell that there's a big line across here that says, oh, this is where it's supposed to have been. So they have hidden the IPs. Same as this. Is this James Bond? We still don't know whether it's going to be James Bond, whether it actually is Waterworld. But if this is James Bond, then they have hidden that IP. They've put in a old Waterworld image and not mentioned anything about James Bond. Same as this, we're saying it's Shrek. Only some clever person worked out that this is the poison apple from Shrek. If someone didn't work that out, we would still be going, oh, this could be monsters. It could be, you know, but definitely Shrek, 100%. And the people that are saying they've just put Shrek in here to hide Lord of the Rings, I don't believe that for a second. I'll talk about Lord of the Rings in a minute, because my video, I talked about Lord of the Rings down here, and that's probably not the case. I wanted to throw something out there that was a bit different, that was that some people weren't talking about. I see these buildings and I think, why aren't people talking about these buildings? But who knows whether they are part of the theme park or not. I still think, well, I don't still think, I now think Lord of the Rings is going up here above Shrek. So Shrek's going to be here. And then I think Lord of the Rings is going to be up here, and maybe even further out. Who knows? I've also heard talk. This is the train line here. Well, it looks like a train line. That this is the wrong way round. Let me see if I can pull up the image of April plans. There we go. No. Image of our plans. Can you see that? So we have the concept art facing this way because we've got all this around here, and I want to do a video about this area, this city walk, apparently, because I don't think that's city walk. I think they've flipped the whole park around. We thought the entrance was down the bottom here by the car park. Now, what makes sense to me is if the entrance was up here. This is the main train station. The entrance here, ready to lead into all this area, which will be multi-use or whatever use they decide to use as. But this is where all the second park, the pool, whatever else they're going to put in there. And I think the city walk will go down here. That's what I think. I think it's gone the other way around. And the reason why I was mentioning the train line is because there's the train line that runs straight down here, straight down this side. There's another train line over this side. But this is where the train line is. And if you flipped the concept art...
Oh. What was that?
If you flip the concept art, or not flipped it, but rotated it 180 degrees, bush coming out there, and the train line would be running down that way. So I think back to this. No, back to this. It's upside down. This whole artwork is upside down. Almost. We're going to be entering the other end and coming in that way. Something I did want to point out, and I haven't talked about it in any of the videos other than look at these boards. But look at these boards. That's weird, isn't it? What's that all about? I can see that being an entrance to another land. Maybe the what do you call it? The Lord of the Rings area. It could wrap around this whole back. Who knows? I mean, it is speculation, of course. Oh. And I didn't really want to get into speculation too soon, but oh well. Oh, I do want to mention this, actually. Let's talk about this. I heard someone say it, and this building here, we're all saying restaurant. Don't you think... I'm going to have to pull up a picture to compare. But don't you think if you had chimneys on here and gears and things, a bit steampunky style, but chimneys and stuff, wouldn't that be toothsome? Doesn't it look exactly the same? Let me pull up a picture. Douche. Yeah, images. There you go. See? Where are we? Let me get a better picture. Oh, there's a nice picture. Oh, that's a nice picture, isn't it? That's a good one. That's not... Can't see it very well, though. There we go. Maybe this will help. You can see that frontage here. Let's flip back here nice and quick. Can we view image? There we go. Douche. Let's flip back here quickly. Bush. Flip back again. Bush. See what I'm saying? It's the same bloody thing, isn't it? You got the wraparound window even. Big bit at the front. Bush. Chuck some chimneys on there. A few gears and things and pipes. You've got toothsome. What are we thinking? I didn't really want to talk about that, but I did spot it and go, oh, yes, I did want to mention it in a video. And it's not really worth making a video about toothsome. Right, let's head back. What are my predictions for expansion? Oh, we got another one here. Would you have 3 kiddie lands in one park? No. I don't think I would. Can I flip this around? No, I don't think so. I think 2's enough. But I wouldn't call Shrek a kiddie's land. Shrek is very much family. Minions, yeah, kiddies. Paddington, yeah, I suppose. I do want to talk about Paddington, actually. I didn't put it in my video, and someone mentioned it. I'll talk about that later, actually. So yeah, no, I don't think so. I know people don't want it, but I think we're going to get the Universal Kids as a second park. If it goes all well in Texas, I think they're probably going to roll that out, around the world. I think the way UK loves their children's parks and they're all moving towards family, it is obviously better financially to do a kids thing. They make more money. You get the whole family in rather than one enthusiast or two. But you get a whole family, and the whole family goes for a day, and they all buy toys, and merch is just as big a seller as the tickets. So you got to think this is going to be a pretty good earner for them, and if they can make plenty of money from having a little kiddies area or a little kiddies park, I think that's more likely than putting in children's expansions into the main park. I think we're going to see a small kids area. I think we're going to see a water park indoor. And I still think we're going to go for the Harry Potter Hotel. I think they're going to go for the Harry Potter Hotel with no rides. It's going to be a Harry Potter experience rather than rides. We'll see. What am I talking about? Okay, I'm going to move on to this. Let's go big and zoom out. We were talking about expansions. Whoa, what's going on? Can you see it now? You can see it now. What do I think expansions are? Oh, put in chat. What do people think expansions are? We'll show you the expansions area. Maybe it'll help if I bring up my picture I've got of the expansions that someone done. If I can remember where that is, I'll add an image. If I can find it, it'll be around here somewhere. There it is. There we go. So here's our expansion areas. We've got 1, 2, 3, and a little one here. I think this is probably planned for Paddington dark ride. It's a smallish area. It's big enough for a dark ride. It's big enough for a smallish coaster. Something Paddington-y related. Chuck in the back there. I don't think there's going to be much more. The expansion areas. I think there's this big one and there's this big one. I think this is Lord of the Rings. I think this is where they're going to put in Lord of the Rings. This building here, following it around to the back. That's probably the most likely place that's going to go. So that's probably not expansion. That's just hidden area. I guess. Over on the expansion pad, 20 acres. There's a big area there, and the expansion pad for the 17 acres. Another big area, huge, in fact. If you look at the area for Jurassic World, the biggest area, is just as big as a 17 acre, yeah, and definitely smaller than the 20 acre. So they are absolutely massive areas. What do I think's going there? Are we going to get Nintendo World here? Possibly. It's not a thing you can go just to Universal, Orlando, and do. I know Universal are going to want to keep something special for Orlando. They want those British to still go over to Orlando. They don't want to put it all in our park, so we don't go over there. They get a lot of money from the British going over there. So there will be things not in Epic, so don't expect the whole Epic stuff to be coming here. Epic is their Magic Kingdom. They've basically said, we want a park that everyone is going to want to go to. And we do. We all want to go there. And they've made this outstanding state-of-the-art theme park. So I don't think everything from there, but I do think, yeah, Nintendo is going to be coming to this park. Because it's in 3 other parks at the minute already. There's nothing unique about being in Orlando, like I said. So I think it could be, and Nintendo Land won't take that much. It'll probably take up 10 acres, maybe. It could go in that sort of size. I don't even think they need to be that big, probably even half that size. It's not that big a land. And if you've seen, don't forget about Japan, because that's tiny. But if you've seen the other two, they're still quite compact. There's lots of things sitting on top of each other. So they don't need a lot of room for Nintendo. As for the other things in Orlando, in Epic, I mean, I don't think we're going to get Universal, what do they call it? I was going to say Monsters. It's not Monsters, is it? Epic something universe. Dark Universe. That's come to me. It's not, I don't think we're going to get a Dark Universe. As much as I want it, it's the land that I want the most, the Dark Universe. But I think they're going to try and keep that special. They're probably going to grow that area. I've heard they want to do more about the story of the, was it granddaughter, Frankenstein's granddaughter or something? I think they want to continue that story. So I imagine they're going to keep that as the Epic thing, big draw for Epic. Potter's everywhere, of course. What else has Epic got? How to Train Your Dragon. It might be the only place, but it's not going to be a draw for everyone. So I imagine that Dark Universe, yeah, it's not coming to UK, unfortunately. It should. All the monsters ever created are British. I don't think there's a single monster that's not British. There probably is, but Frankenstein was made by Mary Shelley, Bram Stoker's Dracula. They're all British. So it should come here. So should Harry Potter, but I don't know. I don't think it will. The other area, so we're saying one of them, or maybe half of one, is Nintendo. What else? They're saying Wicked. I think they'll try Wicked in Orlando first. I don't think they'll put Wicked in the UK just to trial it. I think. Oh, let me get rid of your thing. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be Monsters or How to Train Your Dragon or Harry Potter. They might get Harry Potter. They might get Harry Potter. It's I think, depending on how this TV show is going to go, because a lot of people dismissed that from when I said on my video, they're holding off because of the TV show. It is, to me, the most obvious reason why they're not putting Harry Potter into the park. Forget about the licensing. They've done licensing deals all over the place. Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers tour makes 100 million a year. They would get way more than that just from the licensing alone. They would not have to do anything other than let Universal use Harry Potter to make more money than the tour itself. So thinking that they're saying, no, we want to keep the money for our own tour is ridiculous. They can't make any more money because they're full capacity all the time. They're fully booked. They're always fully booked. I just read this. That's something I'd like to touch on because I thought, why aren't they showing us a tour, a Universal tour? What they do, you know, in the Jeep and going past like they do with the Jaws, and you go past the Jaws scene. Maybe they're going to put that in this expansion, like he says. Yeah, perhaps they will. It's RSVK. Yeah, thanks for the comment. I think that could. I don't believe. Hang on. How can I switch back? Can I switch back at all? Replace that with a screen share window. That one. Yeah, let's move it. Let's go over here. So the Jaws area, I don't think this is a Jaws ride now. I think, it's either the Lights, Camera, Action or a James Bond show. I think it's one of the two in here. So this is just theming. Maybe some shops along here or whatever. Restaurant, shops, theming. Massive path. I keep saying this. This is a massive path going around here to a few, shops, maybe a takeaway or something. Who knows? But it's a massive park to go around there. And this huge opening here is all prepared for something to go in. So, yeah, they could put in, anything around here, a tour or whatever. And remember, concept art, we can have little changes like that, and a little ride putting in, for opening day kind of thing. Take away something, put in something. We could see things like that happening. It's very likely. So yeah, I think people really want Jaws since they saw a Jaws area, especially the people that went to, where is it? Is it Orlando, the Jaws one that closed? I think it may be. The one that's closed, the people do remember that Jaws ride fondly and want it, excuse my phone, and want it in the park. So maybe the call for it puts Universal into action and say, right, we will put it in. Because I believe at this stage, they can do little changes like that. Put in a different ride, change it up. The majority of people want this, and they go with it. I don't think they'll do it on a whim, of course, but I do think they'll listen to the public, and if there's a popular opinion, they might just go with it. So who knows? That Jaws ride, who knows? Did I? I don't think I brought up my thing. It's okay. It's okay. So yeah, other things in expansion areas. What could there be? Who knows? Things missing from other parks, I suppose. People were surprised not to see Transformers here. Oh, hello, Dave. So there could be a Transformers area. What else has people been saying that should be here? I don't know. I can't think of other expansions. there could be more hotels, couldn't there? I wouldn't expect them to put more in the park, because on the maps they say this area is theme park area, and this area up here is multi-use area, and this part here is one hotel. You know, so they've pretty much defined that in the main park, hotels aren't going in there. I think. I mean, they could go. This is a great land to have a hotel. Like I say, that if they put in, let's say, this expansion pad, just for argument's sake, this expansion pad is a Harry Potter area. This 20-acre expansion pad. They could pop a Harry Potter hotel in there, couldn't they? Chuck it in the back, nice Hogwarts hotel. Epic is open this month, yes. We're 3 weeks away. Less than 3 weeks away. So, yeah, I think I've covered expansions. I can't think of other things that could go in there. Shall we talk about City Walk? Because I've wanted to bring this up. If I can, let me add image. Go through my multiple images. What have I done there? I've got so many universal pictures I've been using. I'm trawling through them. I think this one's okay. Oh no, this shows you. What is this? What is this one? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's wonderful. Just what we could do with this is the theme park put over the top of the here, this area at the bottom. So we're looking at this chunk here in here. Okay. So they're saying this whole area is theme park solely. This area in the yellow here is hotels and restaurants and shopping. People say City Walk because that's what it sounds like. Hotel or one hotel, restaurants and shopping. And then this here is a transport hub in the orange, and right at the bottom is a car park. But this City Walk is what I want to talk about. This bit that says hotel. Well, don't you think? Look at this shape, how this wraps around and then comes down. Now, let's do this. There. Now let's take a look at this shape of the front, how it comes down and it wraps around. This is the City Walk that everyone keeps referring to. It's not a City Walk. It's just, you know, the main street. Whether they put a City Walk at the front, I don't think so. I think this is what they intended all along. They're not going to put a City Walk in straight away. This is it. I wanted to put that out there because I've heard so many people. Let's get rid of this. I've heard so many people say, oh, the City Walk is coming at the front. They're not showing the City Walk. This is it. This is what they're giving us. And if we go back to the other image. There it is. And we can see it's there. Done. It's in. There. I think they've moved it across a bit from over this side. But I think that's it. I think the City Walk's going to go up here. I also think it's going to be spun around to that side. So the City Walk comes this side, with the entrances all along here. Hold up. We've got Jason Vlogs here in the Philippines, our man in the Philippines. Don't do anything Vitali wouldn't do. Not unless you want to end up in prison for 40 years. Here we go. Dave is saying GOT. What does GOT mean? Great Yarmouth next week. Yes, I'll be there. Big event coming up next week. Lots of YouTubers descending on Great Yarmouth and riding roller coaster. And we're going to have lots of fun. So going to be loads of stuff coming from Great Yarmouth and Pleasurewood Hills as well. Really looking forward to that. Really, really. Oh, what's this? I missed this one. Rambling on. What do you make of Paige Thompson saying they want to develop a park for the next 100 years? What I make of it is I don't think they're actually going to keep building for 100 years. Don't think that's what they meant. I think that's been taken a little bit out of context. I think probably what they meant is they are planning to have this park at a standard that is going to be good for 100 years. It will last for 100 years. Not they're going to keep building on it for 100 years. That's crazy. What? Every 2 years build something for 100 years. So that's 50 expansions. That's not going to happen, is it? But what they are going to do, they're looking to make Universal Great Britain the site for Europe in Universal's Europe. They're not going to go anywhere else. They've said that they're not going to go anywhere else in Europe. They're just staying in UK. So over the next 100 years, they're not going to keep building, but they're going to make sure this is the focal point for the Europe, not just the UK. So good news with that, because it means we're not going to have construction for the rest of our lives. They'll probably keep putting in bits and pieces, changing things. Of course, yeah. Things are going to change in 100 years, aren't they? Even in 20 years, they're going to have movies very different from ones that are out now, and probably lots of reboots as well. But yeah, I don't think that's a big thing. The 100 years thing is not really something to delve too deeply into. It's more them saying we're really investing into this park and making it last, basically. What else we got down here? What other comments have we got coming in? I've got to keep up with the comments. Yes, Helios, very nice. But we have the hotel in the park. Something I want to talk about as well, talking about Helios, because they're saying that Helios could have map. I want to say map projection, but that's not right, is it? Projection mapping. They're gonna be projection mapping onto Helios, which would be really lovely with all them fountains going off and everything. That'll be gorgeous. And thinking about that, moving on, you've opened up a nice little segue there for me. Image. Something else I've been thinking about. Back to this lovely image. So this is our hotel. This is our Helios. I don't think they're going to put in one here or something, are they? Overlooking the park. If they can do one, they're going to have to do it at the back. But yeah, we've got one in park. We've got we got a hotel in park. But yeah, what I wanted to mention is, don't you think it's strange that there's nothing anywhere that they can do projection mapping onto? I can't see anything. Can you? Perhaps they could do it onto this hotel? So I'm thinking that maybe this little unknown building, perhaps that is more theming than we think. Let me do some zooming, actually. Oh, I'll screen share, actually. Screen share that window with that. Are we seeing this? Yeah, I think so. I think we're seeing it. So looking deeply, there really isn't anywhere, is there, that is anywhere you can project anything onto. Let's say there's some sort of I don't think we'll have fireworks every day. Doesn't look like a focal point anywhere for fireworks or anything like that. But perhaps, just putting it out there, perhaps this building here is really theming, because this isn't very well themed at all. Look at the difference of this compared to this. This is really heavily themed, and this is what you're going to see mostly. But this, I can't even tell what that is and what that is. I think someone has taken a little bit and just cropped it and expanded it. That looks like that is an ultra zoom on something. They're hiding something here. Mark my words, they're hiding something here. And I think it could be something like maybe a volcano or something like that, something they can use for projection mapping that will come out behind this building here. Just a suggestion, see what people think. And then that will give them the perfect opportunity to have projection mapping on it, have maybe fireworks if they wanted to come up, fireworks over the top of it. And what a great view from all around here. You'll get a great view. What do you guys think about that? Dave's saying the hotel will be expensive. Hell yes, it will. How much is the Helios? We've got someone in chat that's going to the Helios, so they might know exactly the price of the Helios, but I would expect it to be the same sort of price, of course. It's a in-park thing. I also heard that they're saying Celestial Park can be, well, it's obvious it could be shut off. They're saying they're probably going to shut it off and have it open later on in the park. So they're going to have Celestial Park as a city walk area, because they can just shut all the lands off and just let people roam around Celestial Park, which would make a lot of sense because they've put so much money into that lighting they've done in Celestial Park. It looks amazing. But you would want, even on days they close early, if they do, and who knows what their timings are at the minute. I think it's a bit all over the place, isn't it, for Epic? Yeah. So yeah, I think that will be expensive, but Dave's also Thinking the tickets will be 70 to 80, 25 to 80 pounds. Yeah, I think that's probably reasonable. I think you're probably looking at double the price of Alton Towers. I think I can quite safely say that. I don't think they'll go over the 100 for just a ticket. Maybe if you turn up on the gate. Oh, getting a bit warm actually in here. Hang on. Do I need this light on? Oh no, I don't need that light. That's a bit bright, isn't it? Although it is getting darker. 75 to 80 pounds. What else do people think about the prices? Something that's not really talked about. I heard Coaster Crazy talk about the prices, and he was throwing out some crazy figures. He was throwing out some £130. I don't think it's going to be £130 for a single entry. Yeah, but I can see it easily being £80, pushing towards the 100. Will people pay for it? Of course they will. I think people will go once maybe to Universal and then do the other theme parks if they want to do theme parks. But this is going to draw in people that aren't into theme parks. So yeah, I think Dave's right. I think we could be looking at between 60, 70, 80, 90 pounds. Between 60, let's say between 60 and 90. I think Dave's hit it spot on. 75 to 80 pounds. It seems it's expensive, of course, but yeah. Coaster Crazy was crazy with the £130. What is he on about? But that's Andy for you. He speaks and doesn't think sometimes. So yeah, 75 to 80 pounds. What about season tickets? How much do you think an annual pass is going to be? £1,000 maybe. You got to think what Merlin offers a season pass. You got to go 3 times to get your money back to a park. So let's say 3 times entry fee. That's not too bad. 300 quid for 300 quid for an annual pass. I can see that happening. Yeah, 300 to 500 maybe. I don't think it'll be £1,000. Maybe with all the bells and whistles, all the extra stuff you get with, I don't know, the tiers they have for their annual passes. But I can imagine it probably goes up to £1,000, but maybe £300 to £500 for an annual pass. Yeah, you think minimum 330? Yeah, they won't go cheap, will they? They won't go the bare minimum they could possibly do. But yeah, I think when you say season pass, it's a 365-day-a-year park, so it will be an annual pass and not a season pass. Season passes in this country mean crappy seasons, but for this nice new park, it's open all year, even Christmas Day. I will be down there Christmas Day, and I'll be down there New Year's Eve as well. What a great New Year's! Oh, cold chips. Who likes cold chips there? Ben saying, do you think they will buy more land already than the 700 acres purchased? Yeah, they're already talking about buying new land. They're already saying they're going to be buying more stuff around Bedford area. So yeah, we're expecting lots more purchases coming from them. £100 from Merlin. That's more than that, isn't it? I'm sure it's 140, 150. Discovery Pass. What's the Discovery? I pay, I think, 12 quid a month for my gold membership. whatever that is. Yeah, that's what, 150. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers all the pricings. I don't think anything more. About something I had thought about though is the VIP experiences. Been watching a couple of videos and God, the crazy prices they charge for them VIP experiences. The regular one where you do as a group isn't too bad, but you do a private VIP tour, and that can cost you thousands. It's unbelievable. Discovery's the lowest. Oh, I see. Wonder what you get for that. Rubbish, probably. My pass is getting worse and worse. There's days I can't go anymore. I bought it with every day available, and they started taking days away. But I'm going to eat this cold chip again, aren't I? So yeah, the VIP tour, something I'm very interested in because well, you never know. So I'm not going to say any more about that, other than I think they're around $300 for the VIP tour as a group, which isn't too bad. You can get some decent rides in on that. They take you around and do the rides, get you through nice and quick. Skip the queue. And I think that's well worth it. £300 for a VIP tour. Yeah, I'd do that. So what else? What else is there to talk about here? I've got a list of talking points I have, but I can't find it. It's not there, is it? Okay, so let's do this, shall we? Stop sharing that. And we'll go over to this one, if I can find it. That one. And we're going to put in some nice little things here. Look. Back to the Future. Oh, what's happened? Oh, what have I done? Really ruined that, haven't I? No, that's not working the way I wanted it to. There you go. I'm going to put in here of what we think is going to be in here. Let's go. Back to the Future. Definitely. 100%. What else is 100%? I can't find it. Where's my there he is. Jurassic World. Dush. Actually, undo that. I've got to click it. Jurassic World. Dush. In here. Dush. I don't think this is a Wicked coaster anymore. I don't know if anyone saw that what I was saying looked like a castle. I've seen some better imaging and it looks exactly like a paddock. It doesn't look like a castle. It looks like a paddock. Where I saw like the turrets on the castle, it's like electric fencing around the top of a wall. It's definitely all of this is Jurassic World area, including a Jurassic World coaster. And I still think as a B&M launched wing coaster. It's not a wing coaster on the image, but everything on the concept art tells me that this is a a wing coaster. So I think we're getting a launch wing coaster in here. Dush, Jurassic World, done. I think that's 100%, isn't it? Minions, easy peasy, or Illuminations, if you want to say that, because it's not just Minions in this area. But yeah, I think we're all agreed, aren't we? Minions. Let's close this down a bit, because I think I have everyone convinced. This is my mate. Where is he? There he is. Paddington. Convince me how this isn't Paddington. You can't. And I was going to talk about that, wasn't I? Let's go over to this art again, because I think these are the for sure's. We can get Shrek in here as well, I think, because just this one building though, because that looks like Shrek. Whether that's I don't. No. Universal's not going to go, let's put a pretend building in there. Although I'm saying that about Waterworld, don't they? I'm saying that's a pretend building and it's not really Waterworld. But Shrek, and then this random building here. This is going to be an unknown for ages, I think. This is probably the last thing they're going to reveal to us what it is. But I want to talk about this Paddington again, because I had I've got to change this to that. Let's go back to this again. There we go. Let's open you up. If I can find, there it is. Paddington. I just wanted to point this out because someone mentioned it. I always saw this as a path just running around here. And I couldn't work out why this path would be running around here. Nothing in the middle. I thought maybe they're going to put theming in the middle. And then someone said, maybe this is like a water ride that goes into the building, comes in and goes out. And I looked harder and I could see little things here that doesn't look like people. So these might be boats on a water ride going around here. A nice little, not log flume water ride, just a gentle water ride in and out. I think that could be very possible because I couldn't work out why this path was going all the way around here for no reason. And then this here looks like a little bridge going across. So perhaps this is a water ride. Who knows? Still definitely Paddington though, right? Oh, I think I've lost my picture again. Where's my picture gone? Damn, I keep losing my picture. Oh, my face is gone now. Yeah, I think you said you cancelled your Merlin passes to me. Do you know? Yeah, because it's a monthly. I know that if I cancel my monthly pass, I'm going to have to pay that initial payment. There's an initial payment, and then you go into monthly. So I'll lose money if I don't if I don't if I cancel it and then start it again, I'll lose money. So I'm just thinking I might as well just stick with it. Even if I only go to like 2 parks a year, it's still okay, isn't it? You haven't got to pay for it at a later date when you're going to go. So I think I'm happy to stick with my Merlin pass. Upper right corner. Where's my picture gone? This isn't coming up when I'm trying to show my show this art. Lord of the Rings, upper right corner. Oh, who's this? Deadshot Overkill. Lord of the Rings, Ministry of Magic for Universal Studios, Great Britain. Am I interested? Lord of the Rings, Ministry of Magic. Are you saying Lord of the Rings and Ministry of Magic? I'm not too sure what you mean by. Am I interested in Universal or am I interested in Ministry of Magic? If you've got some insight that Lord of the Rings and Ministry of Magic are coming to Universal Studios Great Britain, I would love to know, even if it's just speculation, because I love speculation and I love to hear people's different points of view. If you've been following my videos, I'm changing my mind all the time. People are commenting and putting in some really good views about, commenting about what I'm talking about, and I'm changing my mind quite easily sometimes as well. But how many, what does it say? How many new lands and how many acres do you think the final park will be? Well, that's quite an easy one because the main park is 400 and hang on, I've got the stats. I've got the stats right on me. If I pull up this image, we'll find the stats, won't we? No, probably won't. Come on. Where are you? They're not there. They are not there. Yeah, I think it's something like 476 acres in the main park, and the rest of it, everything else, is the 700 acres. I believe that's what they mean when they're talking about those figures. Let me just, if I can pull up what's going on. If I just pull up that image of the park again, or the map, I've got so many images of these universal map. I've got to find which one is the right one. There we go. We'll look at this. There we go. Open. There you go. Now you can see what I'm talking about. So the this bit here, I believe the first phase is the 400 and whatever it is, 407. What did I say? 476 acres. I've lost my. Yeah, 476 acres. Yeah, expanding to 700 acres. So that what we have, like here, the train coming down, main theme park, car park, bits at the side here. This is all I guess, the 476 acres. And then this other little bit on the corner here, not the light green, the darker green, is the rest of it, up to 700 acres. So all of this and all of this, not the light green, because that's not developing. They're not developing on that, is the 700 acres. I think that's how it works out. If you can do your maths, what's 700 minus 476? Come on, quick maths face. 700 minus 476. So there you go. Yeah, you can talk about numbers, but it's hard to know kind of like sizes unless you're actually going to do it. I mean, this is massive sizes. If you think this little red area, that is the concept art. We've got, I don't know if it's spinning around my thing. There's a red area where the theme park is. It's tiny compared to everything else, and that's the theme park. And it's not even the full theme park. There's still expansion areas in that. So you can see how much room they've got to play with. Loads of room. Loads! It's funny because the British, especially non-theme park enthusiasts, they don't get that this is going to be a world-class theme park. They think it's just going to be some other little bit of rubbish come into the country. There's only a couple of roller coasters in it. There's not a lot there. No, this is going to be absolutely huge. Something that I think is, in the end, by the time they've done the whole phase 1 and phase 2, I think it's going to be bigger than Disneyland Paris. I really do. Probably much better as well. Shh. Okay. I'll Dave there. Talk about it next week. Yes, we certainly will. I'll always talk about Universal Great Britain. It's my passion these days. It's what I'm. My whole life is looking forward to. So yeah, there's that's your question, Ben. That 476 they talk about is the phase 1, all of phase 1. That's what I think. I've been trying to wrap around numbers and trying to work it out. Did they mean this is the 400, just the theme park, or do they mean the car park and everything? But comparing the sizes, yeah, it looks like it's almost half and half, isn't it? Slightly smaller at the top. What other news is there about Universal Great Britain? Not a lot. We've talked about other Universal properties, what it means to keep that hype going. And I also want to talk about Universal putting themselves up for being the biggest, theme park chain, basically being better than Disney. I think that's what they're going for. They're taking Disney by surprise for some reason. I don't know why. It's been obvious that this has been going on for some time, that Universal are doing some big push to make their theme parks much bigger and much better and many more of them. So I'm surprised that Disney haven't really started to do a big comeback yet. Talking about a Villains Land isn't really enough. And a few bits and pieces of expansions. They really need to be coming in with new parks. Really do. And I think this is what the big plan for Universal is. Excuse me, I want to eat my fish. They want to be the park that people aspire to go to. You remember when you were a kid, You always used to dream of going to Magic Kingdom. It was the place to go. It was where do you want to go? It's like, I want to go to Disney World. It's and then, but this Universal are now moving forward to becoming a major part of every child's life around the world, especially with this kids area, kids world, kids park. Yep. So they're really going to put themselves out there as the basically the leader, and I think they've taken it already. Before even Universal Great Britain Kids has opened, I think with this Epic Universe, I think especially in Orlando, it's going to push them into the #1 spot. I've been looking at the Orlando and thinking, is it worth going down there for 7 days and just doing Universal? Don't bother about Disney. Seems a bit of a crime. Someone who's never been to Disney World going to Universal, Orlando, just to do Universal. But I'm already having them thoughts. If I'm having them thoughts, other people are going to be having them thoughts. So I think Universal are really coming out on top. Okay, dead short over. Whoops, hang on. He's come up with a question. Universal Comcast, about what lands are coming to Universal Great Britain. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Well, of course, we will wait and see. That's what we've got to do. There's, they're not going to just come out and say, right, this is everything that's going to be in the park. I said earlier, you probably missed, but I says they're probably going to release a bit at a time. They'll come up with, they'll tell you one land that's there, maybe give you some shots of the rides that are going to be there, some not shots, but some concept art. And they'll do a land at a time, bits and pieces. They might come out and say, oh, yes, this is Back to the Future roller coaster, and then give you information about the coaster. And that's all you'll hear for the next 5 months or something. But I think they're going to keep dripping that information through rather than it'll be one full whack. So, yeah, wait and see. We are speculating, of course. And I think it's obvious, you know, what is there in the artwork. There's very, very little that there is. Yeah, there's very little that isn't obvious now. Down this City Walk area, this Main Street area, that's a bit unsure because it's all in plain buildings. The plain building at the top here, behind Shrek, we have no idea what that could be. That's just guesswork. Other than that, it's all pretty obvious. Are they going to use the water world? I said no originally. Someone almost convinced me that it's actually going to be water world, and they're going to put James Bond somewhere in down the bottom. But yeah, well, I don't think there's a lot here that we can't see. Basically, I think most things are pretty we've got it. I think we're what lands for sure, maybe not rides, but I think we've got the IPs. The only thing is the Lord of the Rings. We don't know where that is. It's been reported Lord of the Rings is coming. I can see Lord of the Rings coming. it makes sense if you're not going to do Harry Potter to have something big like that, something they could do a really big, good bit of an immersive land, because they don't have this here. They don't have an immersive land. They have a Jurassic World area, but you're not going to walk into it and go, oh, I feel like there's dinosaurs everywhere. And, you're not going to get that feel like you do when you walk into Diagon Alley or something and be transported into this whole other world. I think in Jurassic World, it's more a case of having that vibe rather than that. if you know what I mean. Have I completely missed what you were saying? No, I think so. I think I got it. But yeah, in the end, yeah, we do have to wait and see. Speculation is speculation, and you must take all speculation as a maybe, even if you're 100% sure you have speculated correctly. It's still not sure, and still, just because it's on the artwork, it can change. I'm not saying everything on the artwork is going to change. It's all going to be completely different. I think a little bits here and there might change, but yeah, I think what you see is what you're going to get. Maybe a little bit more that they're hiding from us. They've taken a lot of trouble to hide a lot of theming in these areas. The shark was blurred out in some images. The clock tower, like we says, is hidden. The gateways for Jurassic World is hidden. There's all sorts that has been hidden in this artwork. So who knows? They're obviously hiding things. So Ben says, if Universal buy more land, how many acres? Well, how long's a bit of string? Yeah, I don't think you could ever know. But in all honesty, if you're thinking about Universal buying more land for theme parks, I don't think that's going to happen. If they're going to buy more land, it'll be for hotels, it'll be that sort of thing. I don't think they'll be buying more land to put a theme park. Basically what they did with Epic, build it 2 miles down the road. I don't think they'll do that. Maybe they want to do that 10, 20 years, but I don't think we're looking at the next 10 years for sure. I don't think they'll be buying more land for another park. If they buy land, it'll be for hotels, car parking, that sort of thing. Maybe transportation hubs. Yeah. So what do I think? What do I think the percentage chance of Super Nintendo coming to the UK park? I think the percentage is very high. No, I really do think Nintendo World is coming. It's been reported they're thinking about Nintendo, Harry Potter, and Wicked coming to the park. We're already iffy about Harry Potter. I don't think Wicked is going to come to the UK first. So it only leaves us with Nintendo. And yeah, I do think it. And that's something I did want to talk about is the interaction things. We're talking about Nintendo coming to the UK. They make a lot of money from these interactive bands and wands and whatever else. And there's nothing in this park that suggests anywhere that can be interactive. So why would they not put interactive things in this park if they make so much money from it for doing nothing? Just think Harry Potter, you've got a shop window that people wave a wand at. They spend God knows how much, $100 or something on a wand. And it costs the park nothing. All it costs them is to put the thing in a window, and they can do a nice little magic trick. Fantastic! What a brilliant idea. Why there isn't anything in this park that could offer something interactive? It's got to be because they are planning interactive things to come. There's no way they're doing all this in Epic Universe and other parks. Of course, it's not just Epic that's got the wands and the wristbands. Lots of other Universal parks have these things already. So sorry. So yeah, I don't know. I've lost my train of thought. Wands and things I was talking about. Yeah, so Nintendo is why I was talking about it, and I do think is percentage. I think you're looking at a 90% chance, really high, basically, really high chance that a Nintendo's coming to the park. It's probably top of the list. If they can't get Harry Potter in there, it's going to be top of the list to come. That's what I think. And thinking about it, I had that thought before. If they do bring a Universal Kids as a second park, they could put Nintendo World in the kids, and that will then draw the adults into the kids. Thoughts? What about thoughts on that one? You could have everything centralized around the Nintendo World. Adding the Zelda that they wanted to do, and any other Nintendo stuff. Well, I'm trying to think of any other Nintendo IPs out there other than Mario, Mario and Donkey Kong and Zelda. It's not like there's going to be new Nintendo IPs coming out, is there? Nintendo is not a thing anymore, is it? I don't think there isn't a Nintendo console, is there? Oh, it's a Switch, isn't it? Nintendo's a Switch. I'm so out of touch. So what's new in Nintendo's? It is Nintendo, isn't it? Switch. Is there anything new that's come out on Switch recently that would want to be moved into a Nintendo World? Who knows? Yeah, so there you go. That's my thoughts on that. Have I missed any questions? I don't think I have. I think I've done it. Cool. Well, if there's any other burning issues anyone wants to discuss before I move on, and I'll say goodbye. But there we go. There's my little. Didn't really go the way I planned this little thing. I've just rambled on, but I basically wanted to do this to be available for people to talk to ask Pokemon. Of course, well done. That's another thing they're talking about, isn't it? Pokemon. Yes, there has been lots of rumors about Pokemon coming. Whether I think the big rumor is that Pokemon is going to be taking over Simpsons in Universal. I think that's the biggest rumor, isn't it? Because I think 2027, I think Simpsons runs out. The license for the Simpsons runs out in Universal. I think it's 27. I know it's very close, within a couple of years. So it's about to run out the license for Simpsons, and obviously it's Disney property now, and there's not a chance they'll give them the license again. As for the superheroes, their license was it Islands of Adventure, isn't it? Their license is indefinite, so long as they keep maintaining the rides they have, the superhero rides they have at the minute. they can keep using the Marvel IP. So that's just a bit of information for you if you didn't know. But yeah, the Pokemon I think is going to Simpsons. So yeah, if that's a success, which I'm sure it is, Pokemon's a massive thing. They'll be dragging it straight over to Japan. There's not a chance they won't be taking Pokemon to Japan if they bring it out, because Japan creams over Pokemon. The Americans do as well, but yeah, Japan it is Japanese. So I would expect to see Pokemon coming into those parks first, and then perhaps I would imagine Pokemon coming along as well. Maybe they do a separate park based on gaming, Nintendos and Pokemons, any other games you can think of. I don't think they'll do a GTA, would they? GTA and Universal. Although probably something gaming that translates into movies, because they're a movie company, isn't it? It's a movie park, a studios park. So maybe games that have moved into. Oh, I was just about to say Minecraft, but I'm not going to mention it. We're already getting a Minecraft, and there's not a chance that Universal will get a Minecraft IP if Merlin has it. So we can forget Minecraft. But yeah, if there's any games that has moved on to movies, I think it could be a chance you could expect to see them somewhere in a Universal, whether it's Great Britain or not. But Pokemon for sure, I think that's set to come. It's in the works. Whether it comes to Great Britain in the end. How much are we into Pokemon over here? I think anime has a big following. I go to anime conventions and things, and it's quite popular, especially with the younger generation, the teens. They love their anime. It's the cool thing. So yeah, Pokemon's pretty much a no-brainer, really. I think. And a great thing. They can theme that really nicely. What about How to Train Your Dragon? Is that going to come? I don't think so. I don't think the IP is big enough. It is a big movie, but I don't think it's big enough to warrant a land over here. And the fact that they have one over there, and people are saying it's their favourite land. A lot of people are saying it's their favourite land, aren't they? The was it Isle of? I want to say Burke, but I think I'm wrong. Isle of Burke. Okay, well, there we go. So yeah, I think I've covered most things. Like I said, I didn't really expect to do a live today. I wanted to do a video, and thought instead of putting a video together, I'll just talk about Universal, what's happened in the last month. I might do some more of these, whether they're live, I don't know. I'll probably, if I did do another live, I'll be a bit more prepared, have some nice images ready to go. But yeah, I just wanted to do this. And also it is, oh, my thing's gone, isn't it? My caption's gone. So, my 2,000 subscriber special. I hit my 2,000 subscribers a few days ago, which was lovely. I haven't been pushing it or anything. I don't tend to ask people to subscribe and things. I might do it at the end of the video, but I try not to push it out there at the beginning. But when I was heading to 1,000 subscribers, I really wanted to get there, and I didn't keep asking, but I made it clear that that was my goal. But I don't have a goal now. I want to get to 10,000. I suppose that's my next goal. But I'm not going around saying, "Oh, please, I'm only 10 away from 2,000 subscribers." I'm not doing that. So it's nice to hit that milestone. So I think, let me go back to my chat. There we are. So Ben saying, guess we can't be certain. Do you think BBC's leak was legitimate? Yeah. Why do I think that BBC leak? We're talking about the leak that says that Lord of the Rings is coming. The Lord of the Rings, Paddington, and James Bond is coming. What else did they say? That's the kind of main thing. The Lord of the Rings. We know Paddington, and we don't know James Bond, but we can expect a stunt show, can't we? Everyone's talking about it. There's got to be a James Bond stunt show in there somewhere. It's just the Lord of the Rings that's in question. My reason thinking, was this legitimate? Was this leak real? We don't know whether it's real, but the fact that BBC put a headline up saying, I can't remember the exact, I think it was like James Bond, Paddington, and Lord of the Rings are coming to Universal as the headline. And then almost instantly that was taken down and just put James Bond and Paddington are coming. I think that's the way it stayed. So they took off that Lord of the Rings really quickly. Although they kept it in the report, in the news report, they still kept Lord of the Rings in there as coming to the park. That a leak had told them, an insider had told them that Lord of the Rings is coming. The fact that they put it up and then took it down tells me that there's fact behind it, or else they would have just kept it up. Why take it down if it wasn't true? Do you know what I mean? They Lord of the Rings is secret. It's not on the map. If Lord of the Rings is coming, they're trying to keep it secret. And they were told. My betting is the BBC was told by Universal to take the headline down that Lord of the Rings is coming. So yeah, legitimate. Yeah, 100%. I'm pretty sure. A B&M launch wing coaster for Universal. I said that earlier. You might not have heard it, but yep, that's exactly what I said. The green coaster to me is a B&M launch wing coaster. Exactly what I said. The trains on it don't show it being a wing coaster, but the brake run does. It looks like it's a really wide brake run because your wing coasters are over the top. It needs to be really wide if people need to get off on the brake run. So you need a really wide platform coming down the brake run. Also, you can tell with some of the supports how you'll see. Let me try and do this on a pen. A pen's, we have a support going here and a support going here. A lot of the support directly underneath the track. Now, there's sometimes where the support comes away from it. Usually it's on the track, the support, but sometimes let's put it over here. It just comes away from the track. That's where it turns, and you need a good bit of space around the track for that whole wing to come round. You'll see what I mean if you look closely at the art. You'll see how those supports are really shifted to one side when it's doing some sort of loop. Oh. A new viewer? Hello there, Charlie. Welcome. What else have we got in the comments? We have Paddington, yeah. I think you've been Universal Kids Land for Universal Studio Britain. Are you interested, Knox? I don't know why you keep asking me if I'm interested. I'm interested in everything about Universal Great Britain. Everything. Coming, yes. I am. I am actually really excited for Paddington. I have recently watched all 3 Paddington movies as research, and I really enjoyed them. I had a lot of fun watching the Paddington movies. It's warmed me back up to Paddington again. I used to watch Paddington and read it as a kid. I'm sure many people did. And watching the movies reminded me of how lovely Paddington is. A real, what's the word? Polite, very polite, isn't he? very, very polite bear, not a person, a bear. So yeah, I am really excited about Paddington coming to the UK. It's the only land we've got at the minute that says UK. There's nothing else in the park that says UK. We kind of expected loads of UK stuff. I did when I put my first Universal video out. I put things like, could we be getting Notting Hill? Could we be getting Mr. Bean? Could we be getting, there's all sorts of British things out there that we could have had in the park, but they've decided to stick with the tried and tested things. We're basically getting a Beijing park. If we had Harry Potter in this park and that Paddington area was DreamWorks, this would be Beijing. And I suppose the Back to the Future would be Transformers. It is Beijing, isn't it? So that's what you got to look at. That's pretty much what it is. What's we saying here? Do you think the leak was legitimate? Yeah, we've been through that. Yes, definitely legitimate. Yeah. So there we go. Can anyone think of any other lands that they should have that are in parks already that should be coming over here? Let's forget about Harry Potter. Let's forget about Nintendo. And what's the other one we're talking about? Wicked. That's not even in a park yet. But what's in parks at the minute that you would want to come over to the UK? Anyone? Yeah. I don't think you heard when I was saying, do I think the BBC was legitimate? Yes, I do think it was completely legitimate. Just to quickly recap what I was saying, the fact that they mentioned Lord of the Rings in the original headline of their news story, it said Lord of the Rings was coming to the park, and then within minutes of them putting that up, they took it down, and Lord of the Rings was deleted from the headline, although it stayed in the report. If that wasn't Universal asking or telling the BBC to take it out of the headline because it's secret, I don't know what it was. This is definitely coming. Lord of the Rings is coming. I would put money on it. I would put more money on Lord of the Rings coming to this park than Harry Potter. For sure. Shaun of the Dead. God, wouldn't that have been amazing? Having a Shaun of the Dead, yeah. Yeah, I really like that. I like how you put your thing at the end. Shaun of the Dead world for Universal. Yeah, I can completely go with Shaun of the Dead. We love it over here, don't we? I don't know how it travels around the world. Shaun of the Dead. I think the Americans are into it. I think. Arthur. Oh, a ride like Arthur. Would be lovely, wouldn't it? It's possible. It's I suppose you can have an indoor ride. I couldn't see anywhere that's there at the minute. But I think for the I think we need more coasters in this park, don't you? We've got 2 definite coasters and possibly a kiddies one inside the Minions. But I do think we need more coasters. UK parks are very much coaster heavy, and we're always calling out for new coasters here. So yeah. Gremlins, look. I never even thought I would love to do who even does Gremlins? Do we know? I'm going to ask who makes Gremlins. Are they making a new Gremlins movie? Oh, Gremlins is Warner Brothers. There's nothing to say they can't use other IPs. They do it all over the place. They're always using IPs from other people. I don't think there is a park, a Universal park, that has all Universal IPs in. So just because it's from another studios, it doesn't mean they can't have it. Whatever studio links up with Universal, if they want to use their license, then they're going to make a lot of money for doing nothing. Oh, right. Did the day. I didn't know Gremlins used the Hill Valley area. Oh, that's interesting. Wouldn't that be fun? Maybe a Christmas event or something. They put in Gremlins or something around the Hill Valley area. That would be fun. Anyway, Legacy Mindset. Thanks for following. That's you just said news channel. You didn't say you follow, but I presume you do. Big thumbs up. Mark, would be great to see Luigi's Mansion interactive inside a roller. Hang on. Would be great seeing Luigi's Mansion interactive outside roller coaster. Is a Nintendo game. Yeah, very okay. I don't know Luigi's Mansion. I'm guessing it's like a platform game. Obviously, I know who Luigi is. Spooky area. Yeah. Oh, that's something I wanted to talk. You reminded me. I want to talk about Halloween Horror Nights as well. Sure. It's a very good shout, bringing the monsters with him. Spooky area. Okay. I don't really know what you mean there about the. I'm guessing it's part of the game that there's a spooky part of it. But yeah, I guess if they're going to do another Nintendo, it's a possibility to use other things. I don't really. I know it's not quite the best thing to say, but I don't really like that Donkey Kong roller coaster. Does anyone think that is a really good roller coaster? Everyone's saying it's rough, purposefully rough, but I don't like rough coasters. And it's just a gimmick to me. It doesn't seem like an amazing coaster, really. Same as that go-karts. I think they quite failed in that Nintendo Land. It could have been much better if they were going to make it, the flagship, Nintendo area. So yeah, I really do. I think they can do a lot better with Nintendo area. And I don't really want that Donkey Kong roller coaster over here. Nah, thanks. It is Donkey Kong. What we got here? So yeah, thanks, Mark, for that comment. Very interesting. I'll talk about Halloween Horror Nights. I've got to remember to do that. RMC. Well, I tell you something. If there's one park in Britain that could get a full-on RMC, this will be it. and there's no way Thingy will get it. Alton Towers will have a RMC. Not a proper, hybrid. I'm trying to say, you might get a family RMC, like what's been made in the Netherlands one. No, I've lost it. The park in the Netherlands, they've just opened up 2, family RMCs. It could be something like that if you're going to get an RMC in Alton. But yeah, if we're going to have an RMC. Oh, you're talking about Flamingo Land. RMC Raptor Coaster. Oh, is that the family one I'm talking about? So, are you just saying that, or you got some kind of information about RMC coming to Flamingo Land? I'm not sure. Let's see what happens. I'm not really any knowledge on Flamingo Land myself. I'm quite far away from it and quite well removed. Do you think we should get Jurassic Park dark ride? Yes. Everyone's saying the building, that big massive building, is the Jurassic World Adventure. It's called, isn't it? They're saying that's what it is going to be. We've been told. Excuse me. We've been told there's no clones from Orlando coming here, but they haven't said there's no clones from China coming here. And the fact that they've got all these stars, Chris Pratt's in it, and he's talking Chinese. Let's have an English-speaking best dark ride in the world, please. And use the real voices of the actors. So yeah, I think that Jurassic World Adventure, 100%. You put that in the bag, take it home, put it in the bank, whatever you want to do with it, we've got it. Don't worry about that. That's going to be in there, and it's at last people are going to be able to hear it in English. It'll be half Nintendo and half like, all right. Lovely. Yeah, well, like a darker side to the Nintendo area. Well, everyone loves a villain, don't they? So the darker sides, I think Universal might even start going more towards darker things because Universal, not Epic, Dark Universe was so popular. I don't think they expected it to be as popular as it is. I think that's why they rushed in a roller coaster at the last minute as well, because it was supposed to be a show building, a show, and not a roller coaster. So I think they've gone, oh, we really need to put something a bit bigger in than just a show. I still don't think it's coming to the UK though, as much as I want it. I really wanted, when I first saw this concept art, I just wanted right at the back there, behind Shrek, I just wanted there to be a Dracula castle. I really wanted a Dracula castle to be there, but oh well. It still might be, but I don't know. You got a good idea here? A good idea to do first thing. What's that? I think they should make a coaster that adjusts to everyone's size. That would be nice, wouldn't it? The amount of walks of shame I've done. Yeah, unfortunately, by the sounds of it, Epic Universe hasn't done very well with uh, seats for the larger people. They're saying they're not very accommodating. I'm surprised, seeing it's America, but maybe they'll learn from this and make bigger seats, please. Well, it's not even the seats that needs to be bigger. It's these silly little seat belts you've got to put in that are a hard thing. Just make a decent restraint and don't put any seat belts on there. I don't know what you're to do a first thing. I have a good idea to do first thing. Am I reading that wrong or am I weird? I have a good idea to do first thing. But you're not telling me the idea. Is this the idea? Yes. Here we are. The new Jurassic Park film is about to come out. July, isn't it? Around the same time as Fantastic Four, I believe, and Superman. I think they're all coming out around the same time, aren't they? I think it's July. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Because the dark ride in Beijing has the fighting of the two, the T-Rex and the new, what do they call the new one? Andromenus Rex. And that's what the Beijing dark ride is all about, isn't it? You get chased by the Andromenus, and spoiler alert, you're chased by the Andromenus, and then the T-Rex comes out and fights him. And that happens in, is it the last movie? I think it's, or it might have even been the one before that. But yeah, that was Universal Beijing, isn't it? Boom! Halloween Horror Nights. Yeah, let's talk about Halloween Horror Nights. I am interested. First of all, should we look at the bigger? Open this up a bit. So you got to think, we are getting Halloween Horror Nights here. It's been trademarked. Well, the trademark doesn't mean it's coming, but the British love their scare attractions. So it's a no-brainer to give us Halloween Horror Nights. Where will it all go? I'm not going to pretend I know how they set up Halloween Horror Nights in other Universal parks. But I would expect they would have to use, the expansion areas, the space they have. Maybe around the back of Paddington, you might see things like that. But I wonder if we can zoom in. Oh, probably can't. I've been racking my brains trying to think where on the map would be seeing, not necessarily mazes, but the walking through ones, scare zones. Where could we see scare zones on this map? Strange, isn't it? Maybe around the Jaws area. That's a possible place. We've got a nice big area there. They could use that as a scare zone. There's a nice little walk at the front. I don't think I'm showing my cursor. But at the front of Jurassic World, where there's the waterfall, just to the right of the waterfall, there's that lovely walk. This could be turned into a lovely scare zone. There's a big area around the back of this Shrek building that's got paths that are leading to nowhere. That could be an area. They would keep it away from the kids, obviously. But I can't see too many areas, because you've got to think, if you're going to have a scare zone, you've got to have a way to go to avoid the scare zone. Because not everyone's going to want to go through the scare zone. So you can't have the main pathway as a scare zone. So where else do you think scare zones can go? Mazes as well. And then you get a lot of mazes. I would guess they put like 3 or 4 mazes on each of the expansion pads. That would be my guess. I don't think that there's existing buildings they would use. I think you'd have to do the marquee thing and whatever else. Who knows? Some of the areas are going to be terrific and exciting. There's going to be shows for sure. That's their project for years ahead when it's open. I don't know what shows you mean. Areas. Some of the areas are going to be. But yeah, I think there are loads of areas. There's going to be some amazing stuff. Oh, obviously, you got little bits like the Paddington area that's a bit smaller, but you don't need Paddington to be huge, do you? Shows are going to be weird because we don't really do shows in this country. And when someone was mentioning Waterworld and James Bond, it was weird for me to think that 2 stunt shows would be in the same park. But of course, this is Universal. They're all about movies and things. Why wouldn't a show about movies be in a movie park? Just because we're not used to having shows or stunt shows or any kind of shows, there doesn't mean there can't be loads of them. And if you think about what's about at the minute in other parks, you've got things like the How to Train Your Dragon shows, the Lights, Camera, Action, the Sing shows. Oh, there's so many different shows they have in the parks. And I would expect, there to be plenty coming across. That's why I'm kind of like gearing towards that Waterworld actually being Waterworld and not James Bond. They're putting James Bond somewhere else. Because at first I couldn't see how you would have 2 stunt shows in the same park. Why would you even do that? Well, why not? This is Universal. 2 very different stunt shows. They have in other parks, they have Waterworld and Bourne. So why not Waterworld and James Bond? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lord of the Rings Shire area. I completely agree. What are you saying? Hotel lodges? Oh, right, yeah. You say you're talking about themed areas as well. I would love to see that happen. I talked about it in my Harry Potter video. I don't know if you saw it. Talked about Harry Potter becoming a themed hotel rather than rides, but more more interactive based than riding based. But yeah, I'd love to see more, fully immersive hotels. Stay in your own Hobbit house. It'd be lovely, wouldn't it? The I Rex in Jurassic World Adventure. Yeah. You mean T-Rex? Skits six zones, 9 houses. Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine they won't be skimping. They won't be doing what the UK does and giving us like 1 scare zone and 4 houses, haunted houses or mazes, we call them here. I don't know if you, I think you've spoken about, you were the one talking about Flamingo Land, wasn't it? So you must be English. Americans won't know what Flamingo Land is. But yeah, we call them mazes here. I don't know. I guess Universal will still call them houses, and we'll have to get used to calling them houses. But that's fine. I call them houses. We'll just have to say haunted houses because houses are a bit weird. It's like you go into I don't know, Gryffindor or something. Yeah, I would, but like you were saying, I would imagine they go full on. It would be max as many houses as they can fit in, and as many zones as they can fit in. I just can't see where they're all going to go. I'm sure they've got a plan. Audio animatronics are being constructed soon for, yeah, I would imagine so. Am I interested? Always interested. Super Nintendo World at Epic Universe is 8.5 acres. There you go. Thank you for that. I was asking earlier about, I wondered how big it was. I was saying it's a very compact area all around the world. The Nintendo worlds are very compact. So they could slot in everywhere. I was saying it's probably going to take half the size of one of these expansion pads. Oh, pretty bang on. So thank you for confirmation there. Psycho Pomp. Shows like parades. That's something I haven't thought much about. We don't have parades here either, do we? God, wouldn't it be amazing to have a lovely parade going up and down that main street? Where else would it go? Would it go through Main Street? I guess it would go out past Hill Valley, past Paddington, down Main Street. That makes sense, doesn't it? You don't want to go through all the kids around Minions Way, do you? I don't think you'll be going through Jurassic World either. So yeah, I reckon somewhere around the corner of Hill Valley, I'll come out past Paddington and down Main Street. What do you reckon, guys? Wonder what IPs will be in the parades. I'd love to see things like, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man walking down the road. That would be way cool. There's so many things you could put in there that aren't necessarily in park, but are Universal property. And having full-on parades is something we just haven't seen in this country. It's going to be amazing, isn't it? Will you be making videos of the construction site when it begins? Yes, I definitely will. I am getting a drone. As soon as I see construction happening, basically, the trucks start rolling in, I'll be going down there. I said in one of my videos I'll be going down there every month to do a report. But I'll take it as it comes. If I want to go down there more, I'll go down there more. If there's a lot going on, I'll go down there more, take the drone, have a look. So yeah, I'll always be going down, doing construction videos, And I also want to get people on my channel. I'd love to get Andy Rumley on the channel when we're construction going, because he's a crane driver, close to crazy if you don't know. I'd love to have him on my channel for a talk about construction, because he's the man to ask. He knows about construction and he knows about theme parks. So he'll be a really good, interesting person to speak to when that construction and stuff is going. But yeah, for sure, I will be there. Do you think Jurassic Park will have animatronic dinosaurs like in Florida? Yes. that is. I think animatronics are going to be all over this park. And you will be, if you haven't seen the Beijing show, the Beijing Jurassic World Adventure in Beijing, go and watch the thing, because we're getting that, and that is stunning. People say it is the best dark ride in the world. The people that have done both Rise of the Resistance and Jurassic World, they say the Jurassic World one is better. So you can expect huge animatronic dinosaurs chasing you. I think they should do more as well. I think they should put a load of raptors. Who would love to be chased by a load of raptors? I would, as long as they're not real. So I've covered way more than I expected to. I've probably been on it way longer than I expected to as well. Yeah, it's nearly midnight. Well, it's 11:30. I thought I was going to be 2 hours. So 2.5 hours. That'll do. So my next video is going to be about how UK parks are going to cope with Universal. What's going to happen? Who's going to do well out of it? Who's going to do bad out of it? We're just going to take a little look into how it's going to affect parks around the UK and perhaps parks around Europe as well, because this is something else that's it's something else that's going to be hang on. Sorry, I'm distracted. I was about to talk about something else whilst I was talking about something else, and I've got distracted. There was a comment that made me think, oh yeah, I should have. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is when I mentioned about Europe, I thought, oh, what about the Euro tunnel? What do they call it now? Eurostar, Euro tunnel. But apparently the train now, they are planning, or not planning, it's been decided that the Eurostar is going to be going from Universal to Paris. Currently, I'm not sure if it's called. I'm going to call it the Eurostar, the tunnel, whatever. The train that goes under the water, under the sea. that goes to Paris, but it used to go into Disneyland, but it doesn't at the minute. But I can imagine it the train going directly from Universal all the way to Disneyland Paris, non-stop, on off. You can stay in that complete theme park bubble the whole time. It's going to be amazing, isn't it? Can you imagine a water park like Volcano Bay? Yeah. I think they are trademarked. They bought the trademark for whatever it is, Universal Water Park. They did get that. So it's whether it's definitely coming or it's part of the plan. I think it's a no-brainer to bring an indoor water park. I think it'll be amazing to get something, heavily themed, whether it's I don't think maybe Volcano, but probably do something different. I wonder what. I wonder what theming they could do with it. They don't tend to do IPs, do they? So I guess it'll be just. I would have thought probably tropical, that sort of thing. Could be pirate, something that lends itself to water, of course. But yeah, I would say they're next after the main park, or this concept art gets built, should I say, that excuse me, they would move on to the second phase and start building there rather than going straight into the expansion areas on the first phase. They'd move into the second phase, build a water park, build more hotels, and build a city walk area. I want to call it a city walk. Everyone's going, no, there's going to be a city walk already. We've talked about that. There's no city walk in this park at the minute. So yeah, I expect that in phase 2 to have a little city walk area and a water park. I think that will come first after the main park. I think, and then we can look at a second park coming. What do I mean when I said that the concept art had been rotated 180 degrees? There we go. I don't know if I can find you a picture. I saw someone had done it. In fact, I think it was. Shall I just try and do it for you? Clear all this. Clear that. Delete that. Oh, I wonder. I might even have something here that shows. I might have a picture for you. If I can find it. No, I can't find it. Universal. No. No. No, I can't. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can do this. We can. Oops. If I put you into Canva. Can we see that? It's supposed to be in Canva. No. Get rid of that. Screen share. Canva. Okay. No. It's not working. Well, that's odd. How am I going to show this? Maybe if I do this over here, change me with an image of the park. Not a concept art, and now I'm looking for the park on its own. What's this? What's this? Ah, I think I got it. I think I got it. Oh dear. I don't know how long it was on not on mic for. I think it's back. Yeah. Okay, well, I might as well just end the video now because I have no idea what I was talking about. Let's just have a look and see if I heard a click. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So there we go. So next video is going to be basically what we've just been talking about, the parks, how parks are going to cope. Or what I've been talking about. I don't think you even heard what I was talking about, but yeah, I'll be talking about the next video, how parks are going to cope with Universal Great Britain. Got more videos coming up. I've got a whole list. I can't show you. I was going to show you. Got a big old list of different subjects I want to talk about. There's so many different aspects I like to talk about, as well as my other vlogs come in as well. So I hope you keep watching for them in the future. Lots to come with the Universal Great Britain. As soon as I get my drone, I will go down and do a little fly over the field, test it out, have a little play. And then I'll be going down to Universal monthly. We'll probably do these updates monthly as well. Whether I do them live or not, I need to get better at this live thing. But yeah, for now, what's this? No, the bit under the theme park is a car park. This is what that is. It's nothing else. They haven't planned. They haven't. That's not anything other than a car park. Okay, so I'm going to leave now. Thanks for everyone for watching. I didn't expect to go on this long. I thought it'd be an hour to 2 hours. I didn't think it'd be 3 hours. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I suppose chat about everything. I had hoped people would come in and wanted to talk about things, and the live would just take a life of its own, which is kind of what it has done. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll probably do another one of these next month. If there's anything to talk about, I'm sure there will be. So maybe the beginning of every month, maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll look at every Friday, first Friday of the month, something like that. Be a nice way of starting the month, looking back at what's happened during that last month. So for me, I'm going to leave you all now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video or live. Goodbye. Thank you very much for all coming and watching. Goodbye.